Hey everyone, Technomentary with the video for you guys. In today's video, we're going to compare the new iPhone 16 Pro with the previous year's model, the 15 Pro. We're going to give you all the insight that you need to know if you're thinking about upgrading it or buying either, or everything you know we're going to discuss in this video. So let's get started here. Of course, the 16 Pro was just released, as you can see here, and then the 15 Pro, which was released last year on the same time. So comparing these two phones, I have it right here, ready to go. Now you're gonna wonder, is there really a lot of changes between these two phones? Well, let's dive into it a little bit closer to know. First of all, as you can see here, the screen side is gonna be slightly different. The 15 Pro started at 6.1 inch. Now they did increase the size by 0.2, so it's a 6.3 inch display. Slightly bigger, but you may not see it right off the bat. If you compare side by side, you'll see that it is a little bit taller and slightly bigger. Now that's going to be just the size comparison of it. Now in terms of weight, it's going to be the new 16 Pro is around 7 ounce or 199 grams, and then the 15 Pro weighed a little less. It's a 6.6 ounce or 187 grams. That's because, of course, the smaller body accounts for it. Now the biggest thing on this one are the chipset. So every new update gets a newer chip. The 16 Pro comes with the A18 Pro versus the A17 Pro on the 15 Pro. So you're going to get slightly improved performance. Not going to be too noticeable, but there's going to be a slight improvement. Now, the other thing you might consider is the display size here. On the refresh rate, they both do come with 120 Hertz ProMotion displays. So the display doesn't seem to change quite much. Physically, if you look in the back here, we'll see a couple things here. It looks exactly about the same in areas that we look at it. So as you can see here, I'll see the same thing across, but you'll notice this new button that's called a camera control button. If you press on it, it will basically activate your camera for you, and you can also do like zoom, switch between taking photos, videos, and such with it, which is not available on the 15 Pro. So that's going to be the biggest kind of difference in terms of the body here. Again, you have those big, huge cameras, triple of them. There is a slight improvement in the cameras on the 16 Pro. There is a 48 ultra wide angle now compared to just the 48 main camera on the 15 Pro. There's going to be a change on it as well. And then, of course, other things you'll notice here about the same. It's probably the color here. Both of the phones do come in black, natural, and white. And then previously, the new color was the blue one here, but on the 16 Pro you have the desert titanium, which is basically like a golder version of it, which if you want to check out unboxing that one, you can as well. And then the other thing to consider is the price point. Now the price hasn't changed. Luckily, they start at that $999 for the 128 gig, and then you get to a $1099 for 256 gig, which is probably the more ideal storage. And then you have $1299 for the 512 gig, and then $1499 for the 1 terabyte. And that's the most storage on both of the devices. So even on the 15 Pro, they haven't really changed the base storage, starting at that 128 gig, which doesn't seem like a lot nowadays, but that's kind of the way they are designed and are. Now the other big improvement is, of course, like with any iPhone update, it's going to be the battery life on these phones. So the battery life on the new 16 Pro is 27 hours versus only 23 hours on the 15 Pro. So you have improvement on that. And then there is another slight improvement, which is going to be the wireless charging here. Now on the new 16 Pro, you can actually charge with the 30 watt or 25 up to 25 watt wireless charging. So wireless charging has increased the capacity compared to the 15 Pro, which is sort of limited when you did wireless charging versus a wired charging as well. So that's going to be the other thing. Now another, probably the main thing you're going to talk about these phones are going to be its software here. Now both of the phones come with iOS 18 off the bat, so all of the features that you see on iOS 18, which is software features, they're going to be available on both devices. Not much changing in both of the phones. Both of the phones are going to get Apple Intelligent, yet we are not really sure when that's going to come out. Apple mentioned in the fall, but we'll get to see when it actually comes out. And aside that, that's going to be it for it now. In terms of, if you think about performance, again, like I mentioned, the chipset isn't a huge difference, a slight improvement. You got a bigger screen on the 16 Pro, improved camera, which is sort of the, and it goes back to what Apple does with every single model they have been doing. You're going to see a new mode called the spatial mode that's available here for basically better photography, but that's kind of the other improvement, and then the improvement in battery life. So those are the main things if you're thinking about upgrading from the 15 Pro to the 16 Pro, is that if you're on a bigger screen, you get slightly faster and improved performance, improved camera, and battery life. You're going to be paying the same price as you did last year. Now, for someone looking outside, honestly, do you want to upgrade to it, and if it's worth it? It's something for you to answer, but that's going to review for us between these two phones. I hope you guys found this video helpful. If so, please consider the like and subscribe button for more tips, tricks, and reviews like this for your Apple devices. We'll see you guys next time.